Yo, what's up, guys? Seasonal Talk Sam here to bring you guys episode 9 review of ZETMAN. I must say this was another great episode. You guys are probably wondering why I'm recording this video in my bathroom. The reason being is that it's so goddamn bright outside, it just completely screws up the lighting inside my house. So that's why I'm recording here in my bathroom where it's not too bright compared to, my entire house at the moment. So yeah, but like I said, this was another fantastic episode, even though this episode was pretty much half filler, half canon. For any people who don't read the manga, this episode was pretty much, I want to say, probably 70 to 60% filler. Because in the main, and pretty much a good majority of the filler comes from the whole Haitani, sending Jin clones um, to the Amagi Mansion to retrieve the pendant, and the whole Amagi Mansion burning down. That never happened in the manga, at least from what I've read. For all I know, they could be possibly adapting chapters out of order. Who knows? But yeah, from what I've read, that doesn't happen. That never happened after the whole confrontation between the crab and the cockroach players that Jin and Koga took out 2 episodes ago. So yeah, and also last episode was pretty much good. Was pretty much filler too, because all that because the entire last episode was entirely filler because none of that stuff happened in the manga. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. I guess I'll just go with a brief recap of what happened in this episode and give my brief or yeah, more or less my brief thoughts on the episode in general. So yeah, so pretty much this episode continued off what happened the end of last episode where um, this player is trying to infiltrate the Amagi mansion, and it turns out that Haitani sent him, and to try and get the pendants. And pretty much the player disguises himself as Jin, telling Konoha to, give me the goddamn pendants. And then Jin and Koga come to the mansion, and they find out that there's a Jin imposter on the loose. So they fight the imposters. Well, yeah, there's more than one of the Jin clones. They fight the Jin clones. One of the Jin clones happen, you know, pretty much kills that doctor that was always with what's his face with Grandpa Amagi. I don't remember his first name, but yeah, I'm just gonna call him Grandpa Amagi. Um, it takes him down, and then Grandpa Amagi gets cut. He almost gets killed, but if Jin didn't kick him in the face, he would pretty much would have died. But instead, he got a bruise to his shoulder because he tried to cut off his entire face and shit, but it didn't work. And pretty much Jin was about to pretty much turned into a Z form, and really, and that really didn't do anything at all because, quite frankly, they pretty much dissolved. Well, one of them dissolved, and then the other clone saw the other clone saw that one of the clones is dissolving, and then Jin takes the sword and cuts him off, and he's like, never take your eyes off the enemy, which is a good rule to live by. Um, and yeah, that was pretty much it. And then they burned down the mansion for just for the hell of it because they're fucking players. um, and they're like, oh, we got the pendant, and then Haitani, being the narcissist that he is, he's like, things are really getting interesting. um, so yeah, later on in the episode, Jin actually meets the leader of Evil, and apparently it turns out that the leader of Evil, I mean, yeah, apparently it turns out that he was pretty much the player that pretty much started this entire mess up by, I believe he was the first player to, pretty much turn against the humans, which I'm assuming, which that it's safe to say that he's pretty much the reason why, the players are running about and all that other stuff. So, but yeah, he pretty much, he comes off as he's one of those guys in animes where, he comes off as pretty much a nice guy, but but I have a feeling that if he has to get his guns on, then he'll fuck, or if he has to fuck someone up, he'll do it in an instant. But he just the way that he's always smiling. He's like, hello, Jin. I'm the leader of evil. I'm pretty much the one that pretty much started this entire mess. I was the first one to fucking go against the humans just so yeah. And he pretty much was like, I need your help taking out Haitani, and it's kind of, and you're probably, and I was like, what the fuck, like, you're the fucking leader of Evo, like, you rank above Haitani, like, how can you not take Haitani yourself? He's like, well, I'm like, I'm too ashamed to admit it, but even I, the leader of Evo, can't even, go up against Haitani, so I'm asking your help, to take down Haitani, and Jin's like, okay, because Haitani is pissing me off lately, considering the fact he just burned down the fucking Amagi mansion and pretty much, send those two assailants to attack, to kill Konoha, and also go again, go and fucking, yeah, and what happened to Tanaka. And actually, oh, and funny thing about this episode, we actually find out Tanaka's actual real name, which is Hanako, I believe. And honestly, I mean, Hanako sounds like a nice name. I don't know why she doesn't like being called Hanako. Maybe it's due to the fact that she was given her that name was given to her by her parents, which she obviously resents. Um, so I guess that's one possible reason why she doesn't like to be called Hanako, because her parents gave her that name. So that's the only reason I could think of for her hating, for her not liking being called Hanako instead of Tanaka. Um, so yeah, pretty much Jin accepts the leader of Evol's offer to taking out Haitani. Then what else? And then pretty much we in this episode made it perfectly clear that Koga's dad is a complete total douchebag. Like seriously, like I mean, I had a feeling this guy was going to be a douchebag, considering the fact if you look back in the first episode, he pretty much told Koga and Konoha not to never go near Jin ever again, considering the fact because he's a homeless guy living in the slums, so and that would fuck up his reputation as the Amagi president. And it's pretty much his motto is like Amagi first, children second. I'm like I don't even remember if this was even mentioned in the anime, but I'm so glad Koga's mom is actually filing for divorce, because honestly, like who fucking says that? Like, I mean, I understand that you're trying to do your job, but to put your job but to put your job above your children, like, no, like, come on, dude, what the fuck, like, worst father award right there. Koga, like, damn, just fuck Koga's dad. Um, so yeah, and it's just fucked up to see Koga's dad make Koga's dad, like, he was pretty much making it seem that you know, Koga and Konoha's mom was being a pest by, coming by coming on to by coming to his office, and plus he was like, I told you to never come to my office dressed like that. I'm like, the fuck? I mean, like, the players fucking burned down your fucking mansion. Like, come on now. How she has nowhere to go to. So yeah, and then just yeah, that was just fuck Koga's dad. And then later on, Konoha runs away because she's tired of being left in the dark, because honestly she wants to know what the fuck is going on, um because obviously she just got attacked by an imposter and the mansion's burned down and all this other stuff, and she's just like, I'm fucking tired of being left in the dark. I'm going the fuck away. So yeah, and then Tanaka, leaves her family's house because she obviously can't stand them, and and she has another headache. And then they find out, eventually Koga finds out that Konoha is missing, and then he gets a call from that old ass man saying, oh, I hear your sister is missing, but I know where she is. I'm like, oh my fucking god. Here we like God. So, and then yeah, and Jin eventually comes home, comes back to his place, and Tanaka's waiting for him there, and then she's like, I miss you, and she pretty much, Jin pretty much explains to her why, he treats her like shit, mainly because, he doesn't want to get close to anybody, because if he gets close to her, then she might end up getting killed, just like with, or hurt, just like with Jin's grandfather and Akemi. And then they're like, and then they hug, and Jin's like, I want to protect you. I want to protect you no matter what. And then they kiss, and then they turn off, and then the lights are turned off in their apartment. And that pretty much wraps up the episode. So yeah, really nice episode. Even though it wasn't really action packed, I still enjoyed it nonetheless. Just fuck Koga's dad though. Like shit. I mean, I knew he was a douchebag, but not to the extent where he would put his company over his kids. I mean, come on now. That is completely just really messed up. If I would have like honestly, I really don't have. I would say at this time I would probably say what my favorite part out of the entire episode was. But honestly, just I don't really have one that pretty much stands out against the other stuff that happened in the episode. They were both each and every scene in this episode was exceptionally good. Like just the fact that Jin actually confronted with actually met up with the leader of Evil, and the leader of Evil is actually even seeking Jin's help in stopping Haitani, because apparently even he can't even stop Haitani, but which still boggles me, but whatever. So yeah, if I had to give this episode a grade, I'd give this a 10 out of 10. It was amazing, fucking amazing. Um, so yeah, I'm looking forward to the next episode. And the next episode preview seems like shit's about to go down, because obviously that old man that's is on Koga's dick, has another test for him, and I'm assuming, and obviously it involves Konoha, because he fucking called him saying like, oh, I know where Konoha is, but we all know he's probably gonna test them one way or another. Um, so so yeah. So anyway, what do you guys think about the episode? I thought this episode was pretty damn good. Leave any comments below regarding the episode or in ZETMAN at all. And yeah, see you guys next week with my episode 10 review. So anyway, I'm Seasonal Talk Sam, and thank you guys for watching.